once again. The bombshell is closing in. I pretend to turn my head in defense. What comes next is perfect in every sense. Well, I guess you catch what you can, 'cause the change is at hand, and you can't really find a way of between that. I believe.
My name is Joel Ferguson, and I'm a producer here in the Grand Rapids area, Rockford, Michigan specifically. Also singer, songwriter, guitar player for the band Papa Vegas. We signed our first record deal in '96 with Sid Flips, which was the singer of the Verve Pipes label that he had just started. We were the first band to sign to it, and we may have been one of the only bands that signed to it that actually went from there to a major label. Within 2 months or 3 months of the EP being released, we had offers from RCA, Columbia, Elektra, and so we decided to go with RCA.
If you ask the average kid what they want to be when they grow up, would it surprise you that rock superstar might top the list?
What'd your parents say?
Good luck, basically, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, sorry that you chose that.
Now what do they say?
Now they're happy.
Oh, yeah. Now they say, we like your hair the way it is.
That change of opinion came on the heels of Papa Vegas' signing a major deal with RCA.
And we were just blown away. Just totally excited.
And so the boys of West Michigan band Papa Vegas are on their way, heading for a life that others can still only dream of.
First thing we did is head to England. We went to Guildford to spend 3 months writing what would be Hello Vertigo, our first RCA release. So we finished recording after 3 months. We were all relatively pleased with it. We were lucky enough to have Tom Lord-Alge mix it. So we spent 10 days mixing with Tom Lord-Alge in South Beach, decided on some of the artwork. We ended up getting Mark Ryden, a pretty famous illustrator and artist, to do all original artwork, and it's probably my favorite thing about the making of the CD is his artwork. It's just perfect for the material. So we were the opening act for 3 months on the road with Kent, and they taught us how to drink vodka like champions. No, just kidding. But they did drink vodka. Skol is what they say. So we did that tour, and that was really successful. A lot of sold-out shows for them, so we got a lot of built-in crowds. Our song Bombshell had started to go through the charting process and got into the top 20 at the alternative rock charts. But we remember feeling a little bit more defeated, and towards the end of that tour, we Bombshell lost its steam. It spent I think 2 months or so charting really well, and then started to drop back off. So BMG ordered RCA to drop every single band that hadn't had a top 10 hit in the last year or so. And so that was the year 2000. So yeah, we just out of nowhere, and we had a 2-record deal, so it wasn't necessarily easy for them either. They had to buy us out, so we got another chunk of money, but they didn't make the record. Being a touring musician while having a wife and babies, I had 2 babies at home, that was tough. I think it wasn't as bad as when we went to England and as when we were making the record, because even though the time chunks were similar, they were usually 2 to 3 months. For some reason, when we were on tour, it's like we would pass through Chicago or somewhere, and I'd get to see everybody, and then we'd come back to do the West Coast and go pass through Detroit, and I'd get to see everybody. But when we went to make the record, we were gone for probably a month and a half, and I went to get Miles out of the car, and I reached in to get the car seat, and he just had this wide-eyed look of terror. I'm like, who is that? And so that was pretty heavy. That was tough. But after that, I feel like the times that we went out, everybody was pretty good with it. And I always explained it to people like this. there are guys that lived in our neighborhood that I knew saw their kids rarely ever because they worked at 9 in the morning and they got back at 7 or 8 at night, and the last thing they wanted to do is play with their kids or do whatever. And then on the weekends, they're so shot that they just want to lay around or go hang out with their buddies. So while it seems like a disadvantage to be gone for a month or two at a time, the other side is that between those tours and between making the record and then mixing the record, there's 3 weeks, sometimes more, where I'm just home 24 hours a day and have breakfast with the kids and lunch with the kids and dinner with the kids and go to everything and just do. So it's almost like you're on this like month-long vacation with your kids. Yeah, I don't think it was a super difficult thing. It seems more difficult than it was really. I would say one of the things that's been the most impactful about the Papa Vegas experience that helps me now is actually making the record and just kind of being amazed at the amount of perfection and dedication to sound and everything being perfect that actually goes into making a record. Being able to bring that back home and be like, hey, wait a minute, we've been way too easy on ourselves, I think has been a really, really helpful thing for me to be able to help people make better records, because I think I have a higher standard than what I used to, having gone through that experience.